China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi is expected to be in Myanmar for the last stop in his Southeast Asia tour. Myanmar leader Min Aung Hlaing hopes to normalise ties with ASEAN and has also hosted Thailand's foreign minister earlier this week. Our senior correspondent Leong Wai Kit breaks down what these high-level visits could mean for Myanmar and the region.
It comes as little surprise that Myanmar's key allies, Thailand and now China, are among the first to send their top diplomats to Naypyidaw to meet Myanmar leader Min Aung Hlaing. What's notable is the scale at which Myanmar's diplomatic engagements have picked up shortly after the retired army chief was sworn in as the country's president in a parliament that's dominated by military-backed lawmakers. Min Aung Hlaing has said he aims to normalise ties with ASEAN, a message that he has emphasised since assuming the presidency in late April. Thailand's Foreign Minister Sihasak Phongketkaew says Bangkok is keen to play a leading role in supporting that effort. Thailand's stance on Myanmar has remained consistent, that Myanmar must take responsibility for resolving its own crisis while adhering to ASEAN's 5-point consensus. But both countries also share a border stretching some 2,400 kilometers. And in reality, Thailand cannot address pressing cross-border challenges without engaging Naypyidaw. Another key partner of Myanmar is China. Beijing was among the earliest to recognize Myanmar's recent elections and Min Aung Hlaing's leadership. China also has significant economic stakes in Myanmar, including projects under its Belt and Road Initiative. China and Myanmar share a border of more than 2,000 kilometers, making stability in Myanmar critical to China's security interests. But does China expect anything in return for its continued backing of Myanmar?
I think China is always insisting the same thing as far as I know. The first thing is to seek the political reconciliation and the mediated terms. So that's create also some condition for the release of political prisoners.
On that front, Min Aung Hlaing may well argue that some progress has been made. Myanmar authorities recently released ousted President Win Myint during Tingyan, Myanmar's New Year. However, State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi remains in jail. Still, the move has drawn cautious responses from ASEAN members, including the Philippines, this year's ASEAN chair. Manila welcomed the release of Mr. Win Myint, calling it a significant development and a constructive step towards confidence building and inclusive dialogue. Meanwhile, leader Min Aung Hlaing has initiated new peace efforts as part of his 100-day plan, inviting ethnic armed groups to begin ceasefire talks by end of July. But it was swiftly rejected by a number of armed groups. In some respects, Myanmar appears to be ticking the boxes needed to re-engage diplomatically. 1, there is the freeing of political prisoners like Win Myint. 2, there are renewed calls for peace talks and reconciliation. And 3, there's a stated commitment to ASEAN's 5-point consensus. Allies like Thailand, which have pledged to support Myanmar's bid to normalise ties with ASEAN, further reinforces this narrative. But what unfolds next will be closely watched by this region. Leong Wai Kit, CNA.